Hi! Black Friday is coming soon, so a lot of vendors have already started early Black Friday sales or are getting ready for it. For example, CannonKeys should have already dropped the details of the initial sales and will be continuing to drop other details and promotions throughout the week. If you've been looking to pick up some keyboard supplies, I would definitely check out the different vendors and wait for the sales to save a bit of money. Anyways, without further ado, There seems to be several hobbies that often go hand in hand with the keyboard hobby, such as photography, design, and cars, but another big one that I often see overlap in is the Gundam hobby. There have been previous keyboards and sets that I've featured which drew inspiration from different Gundam models, though they were not official sets, so it's exciting to see an officially licensed keycap set and keyboard from one of the most prestigious keyboard vendors / makers in the hobby, Singa KBD. The keycap set and keyboard are based off of the GAT X105 Strike Freedom Gundam model, which is very apparent from the colors chosen as well as the design. The keycaps features, the signature colors, and the novelty designs clearly show designs from the Gundam model, as well as different references to the show. There's also an accent kit if you want to add a bit more color to your set, and though I do think that looks pretty nice, it's definitely not necessary. The keyboard, also known as the Gundamhaku, is based off the Kohaku keyboard, which is considered to be an endgame keyboard by many in the hobby. To drive home the theme, the weight has been redesigned to feature the head of the Strike Freedom, and there's also a badge in the shape of the Strike Freedom shield on the back of the keyboard. Now, before you get too excited, I do have some unfortunate news. Because these products are officially licensed, the group buy is limited to only 7 regions: Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, Philippines, Thailand, Hong Kong, and Macau. I'm not a lawyer, so definitely not an expert here, but it's probably because of the licensing agreement, and if they wanted to make this a worldwide product, they would be subject to potentially more rules and higher licensing fees. Now, the restriction is that the group buy can only be shipped to the regions mentioned above, so you could technically find a package forwarding service to ship the product to, and then have it be shipped to you, but it is an extra cost, and the keyboard and keycaps are already pretty pricey. I did consider not featuring this set and keyboard due to the region restriction, but I know that there are a lot of hardcore Gundam fans in the hobby, so I still wanted to bring it to everyone's attention. It's definitely an expensive purchase, so not one that I would recommend to everyone, even if you do live in one of the regions and don't have to fork over extra money for a package forwarding service. However, if you have a lot of extra income and can spend this chunk of cash responsibly, and you happen to be a Gundam mega fan, this keyboard and keycap set exists and may be something that you want to check out. GMK Orenji is a pretty straightforward set with its theme and color scheme, though I do think it looks quite good. It's a set designed by Captain Sterling, who's a pretty well-known figure in the hobby, and has created some other really nice keycaps in the past, so I'm not surprised that the set looks this good. There have been several orange sets in the past, but overall it's not the most popular color, and is mostly used as an accent. So if you're someone who loves the color orange, or wants something that pops, GMK Orenji might be the set for you. I wasn't the biggest fan of the first CannonKeys Tamagotchi keycap set because I wasn't a fan of the colors, but this new Cheffy edition does look quite nice. I like the pastel colors chosen for the set and the low contrast alphas colors, though I do know that it bothers some people. I don't really mind it since I think it matches the aesthetics quite well, especially with the font, and I know how to touch type, so contrast or clarity isn't a factor that I really care about. The one thing that I don't love is the color of the text on the modifier keys, since I find them to be a little jarring. I wish that a softer blue was chosen, or maybe a different color entirely, since it feels a little sharp for such a soft set. Other than that one criticism, I think that the set is great, and it offers quite good compatibility with an included numpad, several different spacebar sizes, and various miscellaneous keys, all for $95, which is a great price in my opinion. It does appear to be lacking language support though, which could be a deal breaker for some people. Other than the set, CannonKeys will be offering 2 pre-built options, a linear or tactile version of their Photon keyboard along with the set, and 2 different Deskmat designs if you want a full Tamagotchi desk setup. I think that it's quite a cute set and a perfect gift for the upcoming holiday for any Tamagotchi fans out there.